Hello Pickles and welcome to another how-to, and this is how to smart storage with Overflow and Auto Refill. But before we get on with that, I'd just like to say congratulations to Jason Bishop. You made comment of the last episode, and Jason said your videos are very simple and straight to the point. I like that. Well, thank you Jason, and well done for making comment of the last episode. So let's take a look at the build. So this here is representing the floor. Anything below this will be underground, obviously, and all this is what's going to be seen above ground. This is our input chest, so you could have anything inputting in here from item sorter to just a hopper line that's bringing in items to what you want to store in the chest. Obviously, this is probably better just for single items. In here we have pickles, and this chest is our storage chest. Once this chest gets full, though, from this input line here, it will back up to here, run around here, down this line here, through here, and then start filling up these. These are our overflow chests. So our backup bulk storage. Once this fills up though, this line then comes through here and ends up coming into this dropper here, which fires the excess onto this cactus. So that's your backup protector to stop the items filling up all the way through here and then backing up into your line. So anything that overflows from these storage chests here will just end up being disposed of. Once you've taken items out of here, and I'll show you here, we'll take the items out. You'll see that this piston here has extended because this comparator reads this hopper here. So once the items start coming out of this hopper and it's no longer full, the comparator turns off because it's been cancelled out by this line here, which in turn turns this torch on, which then fires this piston down, which fires this observer across to start a constant ticking. And as you can see, it's now filled back up again, and then it all turns off again. And this then sends up and fires all this dropper elevator here, which fires it back up into these hoppers, which then fills this chest back up. And there you go, you 64 items back in the chest. Now, because of the speed of the item elevator, you will end up with excess in here. But that doesn't matter, because the next time you take any out, all that will happen is it will just start filling the chest back up again. And then that will just end up with one item left in it. And then the next time you take any out, it will start filling that chest back up using the excess from the bulk storage. So I hope that all makes sense. Came up with this idea because I thought it would be quite handy not to have banks of chests kind of in your base. You can just have the one chest here. You can put stair blocks in here. Or glass, I guess, but you don't really want to see what's behind. So anything that's like a transparent block, and then you can put these blocks up here. So you wouldn't be able to see any of the contraption working behind. You'll have a single chest. You can have this as your floor. We just build this out here quickly. So you can come along, take what you want out, and you'll always know that every time you come to this chest, it will always be full, as long as you have enough bulk storage in the overflow down the bottom to fill it back up again. Like I say, you can add anything to this, so you could attach it to a wool farm or any kind of like iron farm, I guess. So this could hold all your iron, and you could have a item sorter here that sorts out between the iron and the poppies. The poppies could then be got rid of, and the iron goes into here. And then you've got bulk storage for your iron, but it's all hidden away, so anyone who comes along, it's just a single chest. So, we'll get on with the build. So here's the material list. Got 31 building blocks of your choice. I've included the yellow concrete and lime concrete into this figure because I kind of felt that if you wanted to build with the concrete you can, but if not, then you just build with the block that you'd like to choose from. So that's all the solid blocks that are in the build. There's 31 of them. 17 hoppers, 11 chests, 8 droppers, 8 observers, 4 redstone dust, 3 comparators, 3 note blocks, 2 redstone blocks, 1 redstone torch, 2 sticky pistons, 1 target block, 1 cactus, and 1 piece of sand. Let's get on with the tutorial. So the build is 6 back and 4 across, and that's the footprint of the build there. And this is including the floor block up here. Okay, so that's the 6 back. So the actual build is only 5 by 4, but we've included this into the tutorial. So what you want to do is go from the left side of your build we're going to go back 2 blocks and we're going to build the droppervator first. So you want to place 7 droppers like that on top of each other facing up. Then we're going to grab our reservers and we want to be facing to the back of our build here so that the observer's face is facing you here. And then we'll place the other observer here. So that's going to be pushed across by the piston. So what we want to do then is place our piston here and our redstone dust here. Now the rest of the circuitry to fire this piston we'll do at a later point in the tutorial. What we then want to do is place a temporary block, place our observer facing down, break the temporary block, then we place a note block, an observer, a note block, observer, and last of all a note block. And then what you want to do is put any solid block on top of this, and that will silence the note block so you don't have to hear it. Then we'll come back down to the bottom, and on every note block, looking to the back of the build again, we're going to place an observer there, and an observer there. So that will help fire all these droppers to help elevate all the items up into the hopper at the top. Then what we want to do is grab our hopper and a chest. We will place a hopper going into the bottom there and a hopper on the side. So this is where the overflow bulk storage will be fed back into the system. And then we want to place a chest on top of there, make that a double chest, and we're going to go 4 chests high. 1, 3, 4. We just quickly make those double chests. There we go. And then we want to grab our hoppers and we're going to place those into the side of the chest. So that helps feed the chest there. So at the moment you should have something that looks like this. We're now going to build our overflow protection. We want to put a temporary block on the second dropper down. Grab a dropper, place that facing down on the side of that block and break the temporary block. We then want to place hopper in the side of the dropper, another hopper facing into there. We can then place a block on the side here, and we can go 2 down, and this is what's going to stop our items from flying all over the place. We want to grab our target block, place that on the top, place 2 blocks on the side here, 1 on the side, a temporary block, and then a block breaking the temporary block. We can then put our comparator facing into there. Just going to read what's going into the dropper. Grab our redstone dust. Place 2 blocks of redstone dust there. So once the comparator reads what's in the dropper, it will fire this redstone dust and create a circuit. We have to press that so that the light's on there, and then it will keep ticking around and cycling through, and the target block will then be fired, which will activate the dropper. What we can do is place the rest of our blocks here for the cactus. So you want to place block here, 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 and here, and here, here, and here. I'll grab the sand and the cactus. And we'll place those, 1 there, and then the cactus on top. So all the items will fall down and land on top of the cactus there. You could put a block here if you wanted to, but I leave this open just so I can see to make sure that it's working all right. Moving on to our input line, we want to place a hopper facing into the top of this one, a hopper into the side, 2 up, and 2 across. And then our input chest, the purpose of this tutorial will go on here, but you, like I said before, you could have anything feeding into this just to feed into the input line. Then what we can then do is place a temporary block on here and place our input chest, breaking the temporary block. And then in the back here we will have a hopper going into the chest and then a hopper going into that's on top of the dropper here. So the dropper line will now feed into this hopper to feed your chest up, taken from the bulk storage below. And the input line will come down first, because all hoppers go down before they go across, and fill your main chest up before it then overflows into your bulk storage below. We can now place our floor blocks across here and our side blocks up here, just to signify where the walls would be if you wanted to put walls around it or anything like that. So that's how your chest would sit there. So now for the auto refill circuit, we want to place a block on the back of this hopper here, place another block down here, place in a temporary block, we place a block up here and a block down here, and then we want to place a block here and a block here. Our redstone block will go on the side here with a comparator coming out. We'll have a comparator coming out of this block here, which will be reading this hopper, feeding into a redstone dust here, and a torch on the side. We now want to place a temporary block underneath that torch, place a sticky piston, and on top of that we can place our redstone block, breaking the temporary block afterwards. Now, as you can see, it's activated the system, but that's because this hopper here is empty. So what we need to do is fill this chest up with an item. So what you would end up having is your items flowing in through the input chest here. Try and get this right. So we'll fill that up there. So say that's your items coming in. Now they will flow straight into this chest here and start filling this chest up. We'll fill this chest up now just to speed things up. But imagine all your items, say iron or whatever, is falling into this chest and it fills the chest up there. It will then start backing up into this hopper here, which again we will fill up just for the purpose of the tutorial. And as you can see, it's now stopped the ticking and this piston here has slid back, because the comparator is now stronger than this one and it's reading that this chest is full, this hopper is full, which means this chest is full. So now all your items that are coming through here will now carry on flowing over and going down into your bulk storage, which will first fill up the first dropper in the line down here, and then back up along here, and then gradually fill these chests up. So now when you come into your main chest, you can take your items out. It will start taking the items out of the back of the hopper here, which in turn will turn this comparator off, firing this whole mechanism, and as you can see, the observer has been pushed in front of the line and is causing the hopper elevator to empty whatever's in here to refill your chest at the top. I said at the beginning of the video, you will end up with 64 and 1 item left in this hopper here, but that's not a problem, because as you take your item out of here, this will all flow through, and then the next time you take an item out, it will resend items from the bulk storage back up the dropper elevator to refill the storage again. I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you want to be notified of any future content, then why not hit that sub button now? Any issues that you have with this tutorial or any of my other tutorials, why not join the Discord, and you can ask in the how to help section of my Discord channel. You can also find me on Twitter at BobertPickle and Instagram at BobertPickle. Anyway, ciao for now.